Welcome back to Deaton Street. I'm Zach. He's Dustin. Usually in these videos, we ask you to click to subscribe. But today we're going to talk about subscribing to click. We're going to talk about Logitech's Forever Mouse concept, which is just a concept. They swear they're not going to make it, but the CEO talked about it, so we're going to talk about it. To begin, we'll go ahead and give Logitech the benefit of the doubt, and we'll give a little context to what they were talking about here. So, Dustin, you want to take it away?
Yeah, so their Forever Mouse idea was basically a mouse that would literally last us forever, hopefully. But it would be a subscription model to receive maybe software updates or various different things. But the idea was that you would have this mouse that would last the length of forever, right? And
this just in, God does not like the Forever Mouse concept.
Oh my goodness.
So this concept was brought up by the CEO of Logitech in a conversation with The Verge. In this conversation, she said, I want to quote, "The other day in Ireland, in our innovation center there, one of our team members showed me a Forever Mouse with the comparison to a watch. This is a nice watch, not a super expensive watch, but I'm not planning to throw that watch away ever. So why would I be throwing my mouse away or my keyboard away? It's a fantastic quality, well-designed, software-enabled mouse. The Forever Mouse is one of the things that we'd like to get to." So again, they're definitely not gonna make this mouse. But that's what she said in the podcast. So the idea here, this comparison to a watch, is, I think, the biggest selling point. There is, I don't even want to say that there is some logic there, but
there's Logitech there.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I get where she's coming from, I guess, and I get the point that she's trying to make. She also compared it to a Rolex, saying that the hardware doesn't necessarily have to change, but but the software could be updated. Talks about sustainability, talks about having a mouse forever. You brought up some things that she didn't talk about that actually could be a benefit to like a forever type mouse.
Yeah. So like, let's say, and again, we're given the benefit of the doubt. So like one of the benefits would be the fact that you'd have a mouse forever, right? Some of the things that they probably could do to make this subscription a little more palatable would be to offer repairs, right? So if you're paying for this subscription, your mouse breaks, maybe you send it off, or maybe they send you replacement parts. One thing that you had put was maybe it's a modular mouse. Maybe things can be taken apart. You can do it easily at your house, right? It's just a mouse. That's all it is. We've all taken apart mice before, computer mice, to just play around whenever they used to have the rollerball thing on the bottom side of the mouse. So if they would send parts, that'd be cool. The software updates, obviously, if they're adding features, some of your more advanced Logitech mice have different buttons. Maybe they might add functionality for new apps that might come out. Because I know what is the one that we use, the Logitech, this mouse, whichever one it is, the MX Master 3S.
Yeah.
You can program each of the little buttons for various different apps to do various different things, and it'll recognize whenever you switch to that app. So maybe new apps come out. Maybe you get software updates for that. That'd be kind of cool. Not much beyond it's a mouse. I mean, it's a mouse, you know.
Yeah, and I want to, continue. I want to give them plenty benefit of the doubt. So I want to make sure.
I love Logitech.
I also feel like the back half of this video is going to be pretty brutal. So I want to make sure that we spend enough time giving them enough benefit of the doubt here. If they made it like a luxury product, like something that is almost more of a flex than anything, I could see them selling some. If it, she said it's heavier, which again, if you're moving a mouse again all day, I don't know if I want it too much heavier.
No,
but let's benefit the doubt still. So it's a little heavier. It's beautiful, which I don't get what that really means, but I understand the watch mouse comparison that she was trying to make. Did it land? I don't know.
Absolutely not. There's no way. There's no way it landed. You're comparing a mouse to a Rolex. You're comparing a mouse that needed a subscription to a Rolex that doesn't need a subscription, that runs off of no batteries, that just runs off of kinetic energy or the however it works. A lot of your Rolexes do.
The little rolly ones you have to roll up.
Yeah, or it just, you set the time and then it works off of the movement. It keeps...
Yeah.
I'm serious. It's a thing. The only subscription you'd have to have for a Rolex is the possible credit card that you'd have to use to buy one, because they're a little on the pricier side. It's a Rolex. It's a mouse though,
Yeah, so I like to go to Reddit to figure out what like the normal people that aren't in like a tech bubble believe. And one of the first things that I saw on Reddit was a comment that basically said it's laughable that Logitech or any company would believe that we need a subscription for a mouse. And I think that's where we're at, right? Like a lot of the backlash is as predictable as ever. If you say we need a subscription for a mouse, people are going to say that's hilarious. There's no way you're going to convince us of that. But it also goes and really shows that everyone has subscription fatigue. We made a video about it last week. We still think it's relevant. It's going to continue to be relevant because my personal belief is that tech companies are not developing groundbreaking hardware or software improvements. And so they still need income. They still need to bring in money. Just the technology is not jumping the way it was before. Right. And that's why I think also AI is a big thing right now. If you just throw AI, they even talked about an AI mouse. We didn't cover that. Maybe we should have. Point being is the reason there's so much talk about subscriptions is because tech companies need revenue and they need to sell us products. And a lot of the products year after year are kind of the same with like processing upgrades.
I mean, let's face it. We did mention it in the last video. I get it. I get why companies want to go a subscription model. It could be, if you have the right funnel, it could be a constant funnel of money into the business's pockets. Understandable. You have to have the right funnel. I could understand paying a subscription fee to a streaming service like Spotify or Netflix, your music, your videos, however, or YouTube. I pay for YouTube. It's great. No commercials. It's awesome. That's understandable because people are making content constantly, or you have your movies that are coming out, your TV shows. So you're paying to watch those. You would pay a movie ticket to go see a movie. Well, you can wait and then have it on streaming later. You can pay for a CD, or you can listen to it on streaming. This is a mouse. It's a mundane object that does a slight bit of computing power, compared to a computer.
It doesn't offer anything new. There's nothing, even if it is a beautiful mouse, it doesn't offer anything different than a normal mouse would.
Exactly. There's a few extra buttons, maybe here or there, that have a little bit of different programming, but I mean, honestly, it's a mouse.
We already have that.
I already have that.
Yeah. So one of the things that we want to talk about at the very end here is just kind of think about what that subscription mouse would be like and the consequences of not paying your subscription. Like, does it just, if you don't pay your subscription, does it just become a normal mouse without like the extra software upgrades? Like, do you have to subscribe to click? Like, will your clicker stop working and just like a button will come up, Logitech alert, pay your subscription in order to use your mouse? Like, it's just kind of a laughable thing. It's such a mundane object. The idea of having to use a subscription or pay a subscription to use it is almost dystopian. It's like,
oh yeah,
that's the real dystopian future, is like having to put a credit in. It's like a little slot machine every time you want to use your computer or use your mouse.
Yeah, you'd have to pay $20 to have 2,000 clicks,
Oh, pay by the click, yeah.
Pay to click. That's your pay to play games, That's that. Not saying they would go that route, but I mean that's like the drastic, way. Terrible idea. Logitech, love you. Terrible idea. Don't do it ever.
Let's finish it off. I want to read Logitech's response here to make sure that we're covering all the bases. So the mouse mentioned is not an actual or planned product, but a peek into provocative internal thinking on future possibilities for more sustainable consumer electronics. So it's not real, but it's a peek into what we're thinking about for the future, but we're not going to do it.
Well, quit peeking. Close your eyes, Logitech. Look into the past, because that's where all the answers are, because we already have mice that work. Stop peeking. It's weird. Don't like it.
If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel, hit the like button, and let us know in the comments what you think. Is it time to pay to click?
Yeah.
Peace.
See ya.
I'm walking the streets of nowhere. I'm playing